So Matt Reeves has come out to address the rumors of Robert Pattinson's Batman being transitioned into the DCU, and it's making me question it a lot more than we were previously. So at the Golden Globes on Monday, Matt Reeves was asked a lot of questions about the Batman Part 2, obviously, but with the recent rumors of there being a possibility of Robert Pattinson's Batman being switched to the DCU, he got asked about that, and he gave a really, really cryptic answer when he could have just politely said no and declined like that idea and stuff that he just wants to do his own universe, but he didn't, and here's what he said.
Recently integrating Rob into the DCU, and he
Right.
said they've talked about it because you talk about everything.
Sure, yeah.
What's your attitude about that at this point?
I mean, it really comes down to whether or not it makes sense, and there was really a kind of a story that I wanted to tell, we're calling the epic crime saga and all of that, which is the thrust of what we wanted to do, and it's been important to me to be able to play that out.
Yeah.
What the future brings, I can't really tell you. I have no idea right now, except that my head is down now about getting the Batman Part 2 shooting and to make it something really, really special.
Now, I can see why, in some aspects, why having Robert Pattinson's Batman just be switched over to the DCU would make sense, because the public, like the general public and just general fans who don't keep up with news like this that the public wouldn't really know about unless they follow it, is like people would be very confused if there were two different Batman on the screen at the same time, and then they'd be like, which one do I have to go see, which one's better? And then one of them wouldn't do well as the other, and it would just be really confusing for the general public. So I can see that, and it's also just not a great move from a business standpoint to have two different Batman franchises going at the same time. I don't know if it is. I'm just assuming that it is. I'm not a businessman, but the public being confused by having two different Batman would be very confusing, and I feel like that's something to really consider. Regardless, though, bro, by the time we get the Batman Part 2, Bruce Wayne's going to be looking old. No, but I feel like this is maybe just me being hopeful speaking. I mean, I really hope that he's not the Batman in the DCU, and I don't really think he will be, because we got Batman in the Creature Commandos episode last week, and along with that, James Gunn literally said that is not Robert Pattinson's Batman. Now, unless he was lying like a lot of movie studios do and the heads of the studios do to the fans sometimes, I don't think he was, because the build of that Batman was not Robert Pattinson's build. And also, a lot of people, including me, really want to see that fantastical Batman, because Matt Reeves and James Gunn and Robert Pattinson have said that his version of Batman is not fantastical. We're not going to see him fight fantastical villains like Dr. Phosphorus or Clayface or characters like that. Like, we're not going to see those kinds of characters in this universe, so it just wouldn't make sense. And Matt Reeves even said he's not going to be having a Robin with him. And we already know we're getting Robin in the DCU, so it just... none of the logic there makes sense, but I can see some of the small reasons why this would happen. I mean, I'm not going to be complaining really regardless. I will be a little bit disappointed if he's in the DCU, but I don't really mind it. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. And do you think that Robert Pattinson's Batman will be in the DCU? Personally, I hope not, because I want to see a more fantastical Batman. Maybe even with that blue and gray suit with the yellow belt, everything like that. I want to see him be more kind of like a brighter Batman. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow the TikTok and the Instagram.